Welcome back to the channel. Verasity has 24 hours to prove itself as the next 100x microcap project, and I'll explain why. Now, many of you have noticed there's been, an upside move across the altcoin market. This is mainly because Bitcoin has made its way back above 58,000, fast approaching 59,000. We'll have to see what happens next. But as it stands, it looks like we could be seeing a market reversal. And we're going to talk about this more in depth in my free Telegram group. So make sure you click the link below and join the free Telegram group, because we're going to get into that in depth after this video. So make sure you go and watch that. Make sure you join the link now. But let's just assume we are going to see an upside move now. So far, Verasity is only up 2.46% so far for the day. Now, this, of course, is not impressive, and even more so not impressive because we're starting to see other altcoins produce 10, 20, even 30% gains so far for the day. And this is just off some small price action that we're seeing from Bitcoin, or some momentum or enthusiasm that we could be seeing a market reversal. Now, Verasity, as far as I'm concerned, as a microcap project, market cap below 70 million, let alone 100 million, should also be producing 10, 20% gains today. And at an only 2.46%, not very impressive. But we have 24 hours to prove that we have what it takes to really take off. Now, we need, and again, I'm not going to go crazy here. I'm going to say if Bitcoin continues his upside move, makes its way above 60,000, 61,000, we would like to see at least a minimum 10% move tomorrow. In the next 24 hours, we would like to see at the minimum a 10% move. And remember, I'm saying whilst other altcoins go up 15%, 20%, the bare minimum that VRA could achieve as a microcap project, as the next major microcap prospect, would be around a 10% move. So we're going to see if that is the case. Now, I want to make it clear, just because Verasity does not do that for whatever reason, doesn't mean it's a dead project, but it does mean that we're going to have to, we have a lot of catching up to do. Now, here's the good news, right? Now, as much as we would love to see that, well, we should see that. As you can all see here, Verasity has basically operated in bursts where we see, these 400% moves, 100, 200% moves in less than a week. So there's also that as well, right? So it's not the end of the world if we don't see that, but I think it's the bare minimum at this point. Now, I would say this to all of you watching. If you're sitting on your hands and you're saying, well, I'm going to wait for Verasity to pump before I start buying again, or maybe you're new to this channel, you're new to the project, and you're saying, I'm going to wait for price to pump to start buying, that's probably a massive mistake. As you can see here, whenever Verasity pumps, we have seen these major pullbacks. You can see that here towards in March, right? The start of March. You can see that also in October/November, where we see the pullback. You can also see that at the start of 2023, where we see that 400% move in less than a month, and then we see the pullback. The way we have been making a lot of money via Verasity is been buying at the lows. It's almost been a win-win scenario. For those of you that caught our last free buy signal that we gave out, guess what? You're still in profit. For those of you that caught the free buy signal when we gave out at this area, guess what? You're still in profit. So if you missed out on that, it means you're not subscribed to the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any more of those free gems. But this is going to be the make or break moment for Verasity. If we don't see that move, I'm not going, again, many of you are Verasity maximalists. I've always said in a bull cycle, I don't think that's a good idea. Not because it's a bad project, but there's just so much opportunity to make money. There's so many ways to make money in a bull cycle. Relying and depending on one project, I think, it's not always the best thing. If it works, great, it works. But if it doesn't work, then you're sitting around and saying, when is this thing going to take off? Which then causes you to make bad decisions. But we're going to discuss all of this shortly in the free Telegram group. So join below. But anyway, I'm giving this 24 hours to break out. We'll see what happens. I will say, as a final reminder, if we don't see Bitcoin make its move to the upside, if we don't see Bitcoin start moving, then don't expect Veracity to move. Now, the good thing before we conclude is, although Bitcoin was selling off, Veracity almost met its bottom, right? So even though the market was selling off, Veracity basically held at 0.0048 and didn't go as low as that. So there's some good signs as well. But anyway, that's it for now. We'll talk about this in more depth in the group, in the free Telegram group below. And make sure you subscribe, because we'll do an update tomorrow and see where we are at. And to be clear, that 10% move brings us to 0.00059. Let's see what happens. We could even hit this today. Let's see. Anyway, that's it for now. Until next update, seize the day.